For someone so deeply tied to the world of golf, it may seem surprising that Donald Trump, one of the most recognizable figures in the sports business landscape, does not hold membership at Augusta National Golf Club. After all, Trump owns a global portfolio of elite golf properties and has spent decades immersed in the game. Yet, when it comes to Augusta National, widely regarded as golf's most exclusive and prestigious club, his name is notably absent. The question naturally arises, why? According to legendary golf instructor Butch Harmon, the answer may have less to do with Trump's accomplishments in golf and more to do with something far less tangible, his personality. A personality that doesn't fit the mold. Harmon, one of the most respected voices in golf coaching and someone who has known Trump for much of his life, offered a candid perspective. Speaking bluntly, Harmon suggested that Trump simply does not align with the type of individual Augusta National tends to welcome. In his view, Trump's public persona, bold, outspoken, and often polarizing, stands in stark contrast to the understated, discreet culture that defines Augusta National. Harmon remarked that Trump is full of himself and emphasized that his personality does not match the club's expectations for its members. This assessment is particularly noteworthy given Harmon's long-standing familiarity with Trump. This is not the opinion of a distant critic, but rather someone who has observed him within golf circles for decades. Deep roots in golf, but still not enough. Trump's connection to golf is undeniable. His business empire includes some of the most well-known courses in the world, such as Trump National Doral in Florida, Trump National Bedminster in New Jersey, and the historic Trump Turnberry in Scotland. These venues have hosted major tournaments and have attracted elite players from around the globe. In addition to his ownership footprint, Trump has also been actively involved in the sport socially and politically. He has played rounds with legends like Tiger Woods and has publicly supported emerging tours like LIV Golf. His presence at high-profile sporting events, including the Ryder Cup and major tennis finals, reinforces his deep ties to elite sports culture. Despite all of this, Augusta National remains out of reach. Augusta National, a club unlike any other. To understand why Trump has not been invited, it is essential to understand what Augusta National represents. Augusta National Golf Club is not just another prestigious golf course, it is an institution defined by tradition, discretion, and exclusivity. Founded in 1933, the club is home to the Masters Tournament, one of golf's 4 major championships and arguably its most iconic event. Membership at Augusta is not something one can apply for. There are no forms to fill out, no public criteria to meet, and no guarantees, even for the wealthy or powerful. Instead, membership is granted strictly by invitation, typically extended through existing members and only when a spot becomes available. The club does not publicly disclose its membership list, financial details, or selection process. This secrecy is part of what makes Augusta so unique, and so selective. Tradition over status. One of the most revealing aspects of Augusta National's history is its indifference to status. Even at the highest levels of power, numerous U.S. presidents have been avid golfers, including Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. Both men played the game frequently during and after their time in office. Yet neither received membership at Augusta National. The only exception in history is Dwight D. Eisenhower, who was invited to join the club in 1948, before he became president. His relationship with Augusta National was unique and deeply intertwined with the club's development. Eisenhower was such a valued member that the club built a private cabin for him on the grounds, which remains in use today. He also influenced aspects of the course itself, including the creation of Ike's Pond on the Par 3 course. His presence at Augusta was not just symbolic, it was integral. This historical context underscores a critical point. Augusta National does not prioritize fame, wealth, or political influence. Instead, it values personal compatibility with its culture, the culture of discretion at its core. Augusta National places immense importance on discretion. Members are expected to maintain a low public profile regarding club matters, and discussions about membership are typically avoided altogether. This emphasis on privacy stands in sharp contrast to Trump's highly public and media-driven persona. Known for his outspoken nature and constant presence in headlines, Trump embodies a level of visibility that may not align with Augusta's preference for quiet influence. Harmon's comments suggest that this mismatch is a key reason why Trump has not been welcomed into the fold. A legacy connection that still falls short. Trump's ties to elite golf circles date back to his childhood. His father, Fred Trump, was a member of Winged Foot Golf Club, one of the most prestigious clubs in the United States. This connection placed Trump in proximity to influential figures in the golf world from an early age. Harmon himself has a family connection to Winged Foot. His father, Claude Harmon, served as the club's head professional for over 3 decades. This overlap meant that the Trump and Harmon families moved within the same social and sporting circles for years. Given this shared history, Harmon's perspective carries additional weight. It reflects not only professional judgment but also personal familiarity. The myth of money and access. One might assume that the financial barrier to Augusta National membership is the primary obstacle. However, this is not the case. Reports suggest that the initiation fee is relatively modest compared to other elite clubs, estimated at around $40,000, with annual dues of approximately $4,000. While these figures are not officially confirmed, they indicate that cost is not the defining factor. Instead, the real challenge lies in securing an invitation. Membership depends heavily on existing members advocating for a candidate and, ultimately, on whether that individual aligns with the club's values. It is a process rooted in trust, reputation, and cultural fit rather than financial capability. Changing times, selective progress. While Augusta National has historically been criticized for its exclusivity, it has made some efforts to evolve. A notable milestone came in 2012, when the club admitted its first female members, including Condoleezza Rice. This move signaled a willingness to adapt, albeit gradually, to changing societal expectations. However, even as the club modernizes, its core principles, discretion, tradition, and selective inclusion, remain firmly intact. The one club that says no for Donald Trump, Augusta National, represents a rare exception in a life defined by access and influence. Despite his achievements in golf, his global brand, and his connections within elite circles, the club has not extended an invitation, and according to Butch Harmon, the reason is straightforward. It's not about what Trump has done, but about who he is. Augusta National is not looking for the loudest voice in the room or the most recognizable name. It seeks individuals who blend seamlessly into its culture, those who value privacy, tradition, and a certain understated demeanor. Final thoughts. The story of Donald Trump and Augusta National is ultimately a reminder that not all doors can be opened with wealth or status. In a world where influence often translates into access, Augusta stands apart as an institution that operates on its own terms. Its decisions may seem mysterious or even controversial, but they are consistent with a long-standing philosophy. Membership is not earned through achievement alone, it is granted based on fit. For Trump, that distinction appears to make all the difference.